Alright, this is Andrew with Joda Home Inspections. Today is September 30th, 2022. We're doing a sewer scope here in Salt Lake. We're at 2969 East Wailua Way. We've got the camera pushed out 125 feet to the city connection. And now we're going to pull it back and record it and see what we find. So this first connection point is called the nose on. This is where it goes from your lateral line into the main city line. Looks like a good connection point there. There's a little bit of a root. Once you have roots, you're always going to have roots. That's something that you'll want to maintain in the future by having cleaned out. Usually best to do it with a hydro jet. That'll blast everything out. And that'll prevent waste from getting stuck on it and creating a blockage, which can lead to a backup. There's another root. No standing water, which is good. That indicates that you have proper grade. Real strange. You can see that on the screen, like something almost blown around. I don't know if there's a little bit of negative pressure, or I guess positive pressure coming from the sewer system, causing some steam or dust to blow up. It's not something I typically see. The line makes a pretty sharp turn. I had to run a fair amount of water to get my camera to push through that joint. But I was able to get through it, and that looks like some cast iron. Cast iron is oftentimes considered the weakest link. It gets rough and rusty, like you can see here on the screen. That can allow waste to get stuck and lead to a backup. Eventually, cast iron will need to be replaced. I would recommend getting the insurance on the line, and that will help offset the cost when it's time for it to be replaced. This looks like transite pipe, which is cement asbestos. No standing water still. This could be cast iron again, it looks like. Another thing you can have done with cast iron is have it coated. That's where they use a chain cutter to cut off a thin layer of the rust. That makes it smooth again. That makes it easier for waste to make it out to the city line. You can see how bad that's starting to flake. Now we're coming back up the roof stack. So to recap, you do have a lot of the original sewer line, including some cast iron, which is looking pretty rough and rusty. I would say not any worse for the age than I would expect, but average for the age. Eventually it will need to be replaced. I've seen plenty of houses of this age that have already had it done. A couple small to medium-sized roots. Those are something that you want to have cleaned out to prevent a blockage. But no standing water, which is good. That indicates that you have proper grade. That's one of the most important aspects of the line. When you have good grade, you could consider having a liner blown in. That's a little cheaper than having the entire line dug up and replaced. And a liner goes into the old pipe and then hardens, and that's like having a new sewer line, and it's a little cheaper. So I'm going to end this recording now.